Hey guys, welcome to Stone Phantom Live. This is the first stream we've actually done. Just said hi bye in the chat. Congratulations, me. But this is the first stream we've ever done on this channel, and um, yeah, we're gonna do a FNAF prediction today. And yeah, so we'll just get started in a bit. We'll just wait a few minutes. Okay, so, obviously we'll talk about the timeline today. So, Fredbear's Family Diner took place in 1980, 1977 or 1983. We know this because, it's an old location, and as we know, FNAF 2 takes place in 1987, so that's how we know that Fredbear's will take place in 1977 or 1983. From there, there's a fire at the place, and the whole entire thing burns down, and William Afton finds a spring bonnie suit and uses it to kidnap kids and freaking torment the workers there, and make them scared because they wouldn't want to work there after people would die. And then after that, came Sister Location. Sister Location came after that, mainly because William Afton was still on the loose, murdering kids, and somehow he became the boss to open a new place called Circus Baby's Pizza World. Now, mind you, Circus Baby's Pizza World was actually a real pizzeria. The one that you see in Sister Location is just a warehouse for the animatronics. Basically, it's really nothing special. But then after William Afton's daughter got murdered there by Circus Baby at the pizzeria shut down in one day, and then she went on to possess Baby, and Baby pretends to help you through Sister Location before she kills you with the scooper, and she tears it. That's how she kills all the other main animatronics, like Funtime Freddy, Ballora, and Funtime Foxy. That's how she kills all the other animatronics, by scooping them, and then they all become entered, and then when they become entered, Circus Baby somehow finds a mask, and she goes into your player as you're Michael Afton, and then at the very end of it, you will crap. At the very end of it, you'll look in a mirror, and your eyes are purple. Now, the question is, why is Michael alive? This is 1985 when Sister Location was released to the public. In FNAF, obviously. This was in 1985, but how is Michael still alive? Michael was actually the bite victim. So how is he still alive? Well, the explanation is that obviously William Afton, once his son died, as we see the Fredbear plushie say, we are still your friends. Do you still believe that? He's basically telling his son, and then the Fredbear plush says, I will put you back together. And obviously the Fredbear plush is William Afton because no one else in the Afton family was alive at the time. Actually, no. William Afton's daughter was alive, but William Afton didn't really, care about the daughter at the time, mainly because, he had to worry about his son because his son was a very paranoid wreck at the time. So, yeah. And then, yeah, we know he's the bite victim. And then after that, William Afton literally puts his son back together, not by pieces, but by putting his soul into an animatronic, the homicidal maniac, freaking god. Um, Turning him into an animatronic, which the child will begin to possess Fredbear, but then Fredbear gets burned down and closed. And by the way, the FNAF 4 is actually really not canon, so it has really nothing to do with this. I don't think it does. So, yeah, that's why I'm not mentioning it. And then, after Circus Baby's Pizza World closed, it was time for a new start of Fun as a Phrase 2, where, the phone guy was introduced, and a lot of stuff like that. In Fun as a Phrase 2, Golden Freddy is obviously Fredbear, because Fredbear because that's the old model of Fredbear that they used at the old diner. That's why Golden Freddy is Fredbear. There's your reason. But then before that, there was actually a Fredbear and Friends pizzeria that opened up. It had the four main animatronics: Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy, and then the two other animatronics, Foxy and Fredbear. Spring Bonnie was and Spring Bonnie, but Spring Bonnie didn't stay. At least he's not in FNAF 2, or she. We don't know because Scott doesn't really get genders right anymore. But yeah, and happy 4-year anniversary of FNAF. I just want to say that. Sorry if I haven't said that yet. It's pretty sad, but yeah, happy 4-year anniversary. Anyways, there was and then the pizzeria got shut down because I guess people were being weirded out. Their children going missing at supposedly quote on quote child friendly pizzeria. So yeah, that's why Fredbear Friends got closed down, and then they dismantled Fredbear and the main four gang. But then they decided to give Puppet another try, and they just left the Spring Bonnie costume left to rot. But that was a mistake because William Afton kept on killing people, especially mainly kids, obviously. But yeah, that's just sad. Um, and then after that, the toy animatronics were released. Now the toy animatronics, since the original four were already possessed by kids who died by William, um, the toy animatronics got possessed on separate days because there's regarding a safe room in FNAF 2, but we never see a safe room in FNAF 2. So the safe room is the night guard's office. Obviously, William Afton's working during the day shift, and he's just gonna kill the animal. He's just gonna kill the children in the day, because he's not allowed to be trusted during the night shift. Because that's why he's turned away at the door in Juniors. That is why Juniors is Toy Freddy's Pizzeria. That is why he's turned away at the door in FNAF 6, which we'll get to FNAF 6 in a long time by now. And then after that, obviously, I don't know. But then, the Balloon Boy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, and the Mangle all get possessed. But as we found out in FNAF 6, the Mangle he isn't a kid that possesses. He is actually a dog. Now the dog was the blonde girl's dog, and William Afton convinced her that he saw her dog get run over, and this girl is 3 years old, by the way, and she is Henry's daughter. Why else would she be in the thing? But then that happens, and then the dog actually did die, but then William Afton put the dog's body inside the dog's soul inside a mangle so that the dog could live again as an animatronic, which in this case he lives as a mangle. Now Henry's daughter obviously is the one who got killed after, because as we saw in the race mini in the little girl skipping mini game, we saw that there were a bunch of dead dogs come flying around, and then you saw a picture of her and William Afton in the spring bonnie suit behind her, but William Afton wasn't in the spring bonnie suit at the time. We know that because who would go around in a spring bonnie suit informing people? Who would do that? But then that's the reason why he's dressed up as Spring Bonnie in that scene, because because Scott Cawthon doesn't want to give away William Afton's identity to anyone, even though there are enough identities of William Afton. But then after that, the girl gets stabbed by William Afton, and William Afton takes the girl to the pizzeria. The girl hears the dog barking. She goes inside of Mangle's cove, and she sees Mangle right there barking like a dog. And then she got killed, and then William Afton, since he already possessed Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, and Balloon Boy, he went on to make the puppet get possessed by the little girl, Henry's daughter. So that was a long talk right there. But then after that, crap, what was I gonna say? Okay, right. But then after that was over, William Afton kept on killing people, and then they shut down that place because people were dying. Why would you keep that place open? And then Fazbear's was just like, it's time to start a new show. It's time to start a new thing, a new gig, where we had FNAF 1. Now, FNAF 1 still had the kids possessed as the original 4, but the puppet was also there too. The puppet is Henry's daughter, and we know the puppet was there because, as we see in one of the cutscenes in FNAF 1, you're Freddy Fazbear as one of the children's views, and you see Bonnie and Chica looking at you, and then you see the puppet blocking your view, and you see Golden Freddy. So, yeah, Golden Freddy is actually a girl character. We know this because, thanks to Game Theory, discovered that the girl's name is Cassidy, and after that, the girl's name was Cassidy, and then after that, the girl, when she died, she was just like, you know what, in FNAF Ultimate Custom Night, I'm just gonna get revenge. Once William Afton dies, I'm gonna basically put him through hell and make him suffer. So, that's what Cassidy did. But anyways, back to FNAF 1, the 4 main characters are possessed by the same children, and the puppet's there, and people said there were rumors about seeing Mangle as an Easter egg. That's not true at all, because that just can't happen. And if in the parts and service room, there's an old animatronic called Sparky the dog. At least that's what people are calling him. I don't know, but that is obviously the old location in Chica. There's actually a location called Chica's Pizza World, where it had Chica with faceplates. It had Ennard, but it wasn't like the Ennard you see in sister location. It was just a clown animatronic wearing the mask and had a whole entire clown gig going on. And then that's where Lolbit and JJ come from, ladies and gentlemen. That's where Lolbit and JJ were born. So yeah, it's a bit confusing, but it's hard to remember all this stuff. Jeez. But then FNAF 2 got FNAF 2 went away, and FNAF 1 went away because people weren't getting weirded out that kids were dying. They were just getting weirded out that kids were missing. That's why FNAF 1 closed its doors. And then after that, we had FNAF 3 now. FNAF 3 was basically just all about, well, let's go back to FNAF 2. FNAF 2 was when William Afton actually met, when Michael Afton was still as entered, and he was, rummaging around. Um, Obviously, William Afton told Michael to go find Baby, which is his younger sister, and Michael did just that, and Michael turned into Dark Springtrap. We know that Michael is Springtrap because he went to try to find he went to try to find his brother, who is basically his younger. Oh crap! No, he went, and then after that, he went to FNAF 2. I don't know why, but then the 5 kids found him. The 5 kids are Withered Freddy, Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, Withered Foxy, and Golden Freddy. They found him and they put him, and then Michael Afton grabs a knife because he's obviously really paranoid. And then, because him and William Afton basically are one of the same, they look exactly alike now. And then they use their magical powers to make the spring lock malfunction. Once Michael Afton jumped into the Spring Bunny suit, and then Michael Afton supposedly died. But then we went to FNAF 3, and Michael Afton's still there. He's not killing you because he wants to. People think that Michael Afton isn't Springtrap, but he actually is Springtrap. And then Ennard leaves Baby. Ennard basically Baby leaves Michael Afton out of it. They just leave. They just ditch Michael Afton, and Michael Afton's waking up just all confused and doesn't know what's happening. So he decides to go, and he decides to go to the night guard, not to kill him. He just looks through the window and tries to warn him that this place is dangerous. It's not safe. That's why you get jump scared by Springtrap. He's trying to warn you. He's trying to tell you to get out. He's not a psychomaniac. He's just trying to help you, because Michael Afton would do that way more than William Afton would. William Afton wouldn't even give a crap. But then after that, William Afton. And then after that, there was Springtrap starts to see hallucinations of the ghosts that haunt him, the crying children that his father has murdered, and he gets all freaked out. But the puppet frees all of the kids and all of that stuff, and then the puppet frees himself as well. They all get to go, but then Purple Guy, aka Michael Afton, or Springtrap, has to stay to suffer because they think he is William Afton when he's actually not. So Michael Afton's getting bullied by children for no reason at all. But then after that, Michael Afton was just like, screw it, it's time for this place to rot and burn. And then he burned the place, and then he ran off as well. He ran off into a forest, and we never heard about him again. But then Ennard just goes in the sewers, and a few years later, she realizes that there's a new Freddy Fazbear's being built. At least that's what we know so far. It's FNAF 6, with all the rock stars, all the mediocres, all of the Posh Pizzeria characters, all Uncanny Cadet, all the salvages. And then Ennard walks inside and sees an old Funtime Freddy head, and that reminds her of Funtime Freddy, so she puts it on and becomes a molten Freddy. So Ennard obviously could take it on her own. So Scrap Baby decided to leave Ennard, the body of Ennard, and went on to possess Scrap Baby. And then after that, Molten Freddy was born with Ballora, Funtime Foxy, and Funtime Freddy all controlling one Molten Freddy. So technically, there are 7 salvages, technically, and actually no 8, because but then after that, the puppet, aka Henry's daughter, goes on to possess Lefty because she just wants William Afton dead. So yeah, but then all of the jump scares that you get, the jump scares that kill you in FNAF 6, those aren't real. Besides Grab Trap, which we'll get into that in a second. So I think that once the puppet became Lefty, Lefty decided it was time for William Afton to burn. So William Afton was maybe trying to gain Freddy's trust back, Freddy Fazbear's trust back, so that they could hire him once again, so he could keep on killing people for no reason. But then he didn't have it, so the puppet didn't have it. So she decided to just tear off one of William Afton's arms and decided to get rid of all of his skin to make him basically naked and just withered all around. And then Puppet decided that it was time for him to join his son, Michael Afton, who escaped from the fire and is actually a good person. So she decides to grab another old spring bodysuit and puts it and stuffs it into William Afton, and William Afton becomes Scrap Trap. That's what we know. And then, so Scrap Trap's jump scare was actually real, but then Henry decided to decided to talk to the puppet, because the puppet was obviously going to be friendly to Henry because Henry was the father of the puppet. So he decided to be friendly and convinced her to light the place on fire, burn it down. But then the puppet went with it, or Lefty went with it, and then after that, yeah, so everyone basically was burned. Molten Freddy was burned, and then all the souls were saved for Molten Freddy. Scrap Baby was burned, Scrap Baby was burned, her soul was free. Lefty was burned because she couldn't take any more of it. So she was free and decided just to be with her father, her father was actually still alive at the time, but then she just decided to just, probably turn to a ghost and just stalk her father because, that's what all dead people do. And then, Scrap Trap, aka William Afton, kills you, but then gets tricked by Henry to go to the main area, the pizzeria, just so he can burn. Because he wanted revenge for his daughter, so he burned everything, even William Afton, along with them. So then, after that, obviously, FNAF Ultimate Custom Night comes out. And then after that, after William Afton dies from the fire, Golden Freddy is just like, nope, you killed me. Bad choice of words, man. You're going to burn in freaking hell. So, and then after that, basically what happened, Cassidy decided to bring in all of William Afton's fears just to haunt him, just to put him through torment, just to make him pay for everything that he has done. He has killed probably over 50 kids when Freddy Fazbear's was still a thing, and after that, um, obviously, if you put Oh Man Consequence at level 1 and beat his mini game first try, then he will go to his area, and you're playing as Golden Freddy the Bear, right? And he's just like, leave the demons to his demons. There's nothing else. But there actually, but then basically, if you beat 4950 mode, you'll get a cutscene of Golden Freddy shaking. That's because Golden Freddy's soul is restless. He doesn't want anyone. He doesn't want William Afton to be free. He just wants him. She just wants him to experience this over and over and over again, forever, and she would never let him leave. That's a quote from Ned Bear. Actually, speaking of which, the mediocre melodies have some pretty, like, they have their regular, happy, drunken voice lines, but then sometimes they have really creepy voice lines, like Happy Frog saying a creepy voice line, Orville saying a creepy voice line, and Ned Bear saying a creepy voice line. And then you can hear Circus Baby's or Scrap Baby's voice in the background, which is just reminding William Afton that your daughter has turned on you, or at least that's what he's supposed to believe. So then, after that, whenever William Afton dies, apparently he can still hear the animatronics say their last words before they kill him. Officially, they're just like, he can hear the voice of his daughter, which Golden Freddy knows that'll make him really sensitive and just make him regret everything. But Golden Freddy, Cassidy still wants him to suffer until the end is over. And then in Old Man Consequences level, you can hear some pretty creepy pretty creepy music in the background. That's actually not music. What it is someone controlling. It's literally, you can hear William Afton screaming, "Ah! Help! Michael!" He's saying, "Ah, help, Michael." And that he's saying that because he wants Michael to help him, and he thinks Michael Afton is Springtrap, but he isn't. All of the characters that are in Ultimate Custom Night aren't real. They're just reminders of his misdeeds. The quote from Jacko Chica, by the way. And then after that, this is really powerful. Golden Freddy was like, it was time for it to end someday, but not today. So Golden Freddy never stopped tormenting William, and she's probably going to do it for as long as she wishes until the end is over. FNAF World is not canon in this at all. It's just pretty funny. It was just a joke for the FNAF fan base. But then after all of that, oh jeez, comes the end of FNAF. I never thought I'd say this, but this was only a half-hour live stream talking about FNAF and all the stuff that happened through it. So that was a freaking rough. That was a powerful live stream to go through. Jeez, man. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a very fun one to make. This wasn't even scripted at all. I didn't even make a document and writing stuff for the theory. I just knew it all from my head. I have the whole entire FNAF storyline in my head now. So yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but I do. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for watching Stone Phantom Live. Yeah, Stone Phantom Live is definitely a channel that you should look forward to for gaming and theories. Those are the, and sometimes vlogs. You never really know. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for watching this live stream. This live stream was really fun to make and do, even though we didn't get that many views. I hope it will in the future. But I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.